Namaste, Jai Bharat. Finally, Russia says that they will block or close down CPC pipeline. CPC pipeline is on Russia's property, and that's what pumps oil to European nations and eventually to the US. If they block it, what will happen? US should have anticipated. They never expected Russia to say this. You push a person beyond all kinds of corners, they will do it. And Russia, he doesn't speak empty words. America speaks a lot of empty words. Russia doesn't speak. If they really close down, then would you be able to take it? The European Union or the US? Then time will tell. I'm not predicting. So look at the way European Union was dealing with the things. On the one hand, they buy from Russia. They buy oil products from Russia. Maybe not directly crude oil, but the gas. They can't do away with that gas from Russia. They buy, and the amount they buy is much more than the total crude oil that we buy from them. So they can buy, because without that gas they can't survive. So they can buy. That's not helping Russia. That's not helping Russia to fight Ukraine. But when we buy crude oil from them out of friendship, number one. Number two, they sell us free in a cheap rate. On subsidy they sell us. We should not buy. You will pay the money extra or what? They are selling us for subsidized rate. And you want us to buy from somewhere else, or you, where you want to take more money from others. This is what kind of standard this is. What kind of logic is this? Have you not learned the logic from Aristotle? Or you have learned the logic from whom? From Timbuktu. Have you learned logic from Timbuktu? You should learn logic from Aristotle, Eastern Europe, Greece. So you don't want us to buy from Russia. They are giving us in subsidy, cheap rate. At the same time, you buy gas from them, and the amount for which you buy the gas is much more than the amount for which we buy crude oil. That you have no problem. And you're telling us not to buy that. What kind of attitude this is? So look at this. So then you are saying that you want the whole world to isolate Russia, because you think, that's very again wrong. You think that if you are economically pressurizing Russia, they will stop Ukraine war. Mind it, Russia is not really fighting Ukraine. They're playing. This is what I feel. Russia is not really fighting Ukraine. They are not taken out their might, and they shall not. They are playing. They are trying to see how you are playing on the ground. Russia is still sitting on the gallery and watching the game. You guys are thoughtlessly involved in jumped into Ukraine war, and that poor man Zelensky has become an instrument, is instrumentally playing to the tune of you people like a puppet. You put all your guns on his shoulder and fire, and this man is standing. Of course, he's a stand-up comedian. He's still a stand-up comedian even in battlefield, I suppose. And don't think that Russia's taken it seriously. I'm sure Russians have not taken it seriously. They're playing. They're enjoying the game. Whatever narratives you create, what happens inside Russia, I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm only speculating. Of course, I'm speaking on the basis of my speculations. I have some knowledge about Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Alexander Pushkin, also even Solzhenitsyn, and some literature, some impressions. So I speculate. And I am sure Russians have not taken out their real might. You're not seeing the teeth and claws. They're still playing because Ukraine, they knew. Ukraine was a part of the ex-Soviet Soviet Union. They know for good and for bad. And this you have taken them in the European Union, and I'm sure they are not treating them as equal to you. Just because they were a part of ex-Soviet Union, you're looking at them as number 2 citizens of the European Union, I'm sure. And I don't know why Ukraine should stand for it. They should go independently. They have sufficient resources instead of wasting money on war, bringing miseries to their people at the instance of others of the European Union plus US having fun. They should have stopped it. And insulting that Vladimir Zelensky, at least he has the first name of Putin, asking him to reach White House and insulting him. Funny. Why? If I was there, I would have just walked out. Because if I have nothing to lose, I don't want anything, so I have nothing to lose, I'll walk. So they will block this thing, CPC pipeline, and what will happen, I can't predict. Better you know that. We shall meet again with some other thought. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.